Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a taxi rank. And not only will I show you how to make the taxi rank itself, but I will show you how to make two different types of taxis. We have an iconic black cab, and a yellow taxi. If you have a suggestion on what I should make next, please leave a comment below, whether that is a real world build like this one, something from a cartoon, video game, movie. Let me know down there in the comment section. Here is all of the space required to make the taxi rank. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing 7 glass in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to place another row of glass on top of this row. We then want to extend the right and left sides of this row 1 row forwards. We then want to place an additional glass on top of those extended rows. Then we want to place smooth quartz stairs on top of the end glass blocks. We then want to connect these stairs together using glass block. Then we want to place upside down smooth quartz stairs in front of the upper stairs and place smooth quartz slab in front of those stairs and connect together left to right like this. We can then simply fill this gap in using glass block. Now we are going to decide whether we would like to place sea lanterns underneath this little shelter. It's possible that you would like to place it underneath the whole thing, or perhaps you would prefer just to place the sea lanterns on the sides, or maybe just the back of the shelter. Regardless, I think a little bit of light would look good. And inside of the shelter, we are going to have 2 benches. We place 2 end rods here on the left, 2 end rods here on the right, with a blue carpet on top of the end rods. I'm considering adding another row of smooth quartz slab to the front of the shelter, and I think that makes it a little bit better. Do feel free to keep it as it was. Next, we are going to count to the left of this glass block and find the 5th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we will place 2 oak wood on top of each other with 2 oak leaves on top of the wood, and then we will extend the oak leaves out in every single direction to form a small rectangle like this. Coming back to this same glass block, we want to extend outwards to the left diagonally by 2, 1, 2, and here we will place 2 polished black stone wool on top of each other with a beacon on top of the wall with a black carpet on top of the beacon. On the opposite side of the shelter, we want to locate this glass block and extend outwards diagonally by 2, 1, 2, place a stone brick wall, leave a gap of 2 right, 1, 2, and then place another wall, place light blue concrete on top and extend across, add another row on top, and then we are going to add a series of signs that spell out the word taxi. That's right, the dreaded signs. But we are going to persevere and push through, throw down the loom, open it up, place a light blue banner in there with white dye. The first letter we must make is T, so we apply the chief pattern, pale. Next is A, pale dexter, pale sinister, chief, and fess. Next is X, not a letter I make very often, bend and bend sinister, and lastly, my favourite letter to make, I, which is simply the pale pattern. We can take these, apply them to our small sign, and that will give us this. Before we move on, we will do a small amount of landscaping around the taxi rank. Step 1, we want to maintain a row of grass block all the way around our tree. So we're just going to preserve this 1 row of grass all the way around, and we are going to mark it out with smooth stone. We are going to dig 2 rows in front of our sign 1, 2. And we are then going to extend all the way across to the opposite side of our build. And we are going to draw a smooth stone line that cuts across this entire half of our perimeter. We will then remove all of the grass except for around the tree. And we will then replace everything that we have just destroyed with smooth stone. Sometimes I wonder to myself, would it have been easier just to start off with the smooth stone? Should we have placed all of the smooth stone before we begun? We'll never know, but my answer is probably yes. Next, I am going to remove all of the remaining grass and white concrete in front of our smooth stone area and replace it with grey concrete. Next, we are going to add car parking spaces to our road. We will first of all remove 1, 2, 3, 4 grey concrete extending across the span of the road here, and then extending to the right 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dig and connect inwards, and then dig another 9 rows to the right from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dig inwards and connect. We then simply want to fill all of these empty spaces in with white concrete, and this will be more than enough space for each one of our taxis. We will start with the easiest, the yellow cab. Leave a row of grey concrete at the front of the car parking space and then place a yellow wall here. Next to it, a furnace, and next to that, a yellow wall. Place glow item frames in front of the yellow walls with white stained glass panes inside of the item frames. We then want to extend each yellow wall back by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to connect together like this. On the sides of the vehicle, we will place an acacia button here on both ends. We will then place flipped up oak trapdoors, and then in between them a dark oak sign. We'll do this on the opposite side as well. So acacia buttons, oak trapdoors with a dark oak sign on the side. Moving around the back, we will place item frames, regular ones, on these back 2 corners with red stained glass pane inside of them. Next, we will place a tripwire hook in between these, and then we want to place an additional yellow wall here and here, and also here. We then want to place a black stained glass in between them with a smooth quartz stair here. In front of the stair, a yellow wall, and around and above the stair, black stained glass pane. A string above the stair. Next, we place a smooth quartz stair here, and on the opposite side here, with a smooth quartz block in between. We then place yellow carpet across the front of the vehicle, on top of this glass, and also along the back, everywhere we can place it. In an ideal world, we would be able to place a sign or something similar here saying taxi. But you just can't. I haven't found a way to do it. I don't think it's possible. So, if you wanted to compromise, a smooth quartz slab can be placed here on top, and in front of this, a dark oak sign that would say taxi. But that looks ridiculous. So unfortunately, we just have to take from the context clues surrounding us that this is indeed just a yellow taxi cab. There is also a variation where we place black concrete inside of the wheels, and then we kind of get that cool black and yellow cab look as well, which I think it does kind of look cool. The only thing that I don't like about it is that you can see the tops of the black concrete underneath the windows. So, there's give and take. If you were to do this, you would also replace this block at the back as well. The only other downside to the vehicle is that there isn't a back seat, so you can't really call it a cab per se. But it would actually look ridiculous because you'd need another 2 blocks of length, and then, it's kind of like a limo then, so... look at this thing. It just looks weird. It's too insanely long, so... It's no longer a taxi, it's a limo. It's a limo taxi. It's a Laxi. I'm sticking this thing in my city. The Laxi will forever be immortalized on the beachfront of my city. This is what true perfection looks like. Next, we are going to make the black cab. So, at the front of our next space, we are once again going to leave a gap of 1 and then place a polished black stone here. Next to this, a blast furnace, and next to that, a polished black stone. Glow item frames in front of the black stone with white stained glass pane in the item frames. We then want to extend the black stone back by 2 rows. 1, 2. Destroy a block in the ground extending back, place a smooth stone there instead with a dark oak door on top, and then place 2 more polished blackstone. 1, 2. We then want to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Extend back by 2, destroy a block, smooth stone, dark oak door, and then 2 polished blackstone extending backwards. We then want to connect together. Then, on the sides of the vehicle, we are going to place acacia buttons at the front and the back, with oak trapdoors next to the buttons flipped upwards. We want to do the same on the opposite side as well. So here, and here, and here, and here. Next, we are going to place item frames on the back 2 corners of the vehicle with red stained glass pane inside of them and a trip wire hook in between. We then want to remove the grey concrete inside of the vehicle and place smooth stone in here instead. A dark oak stairs here behind the blast furnace, polish black stone behind that, leave a gap and then place another stair. We are then going to place polished black stone here, and here, and here, and here. We then want to place a glass pane here, around the front of the vehicle, like this. Also one here, and a black stained glass here, and here. Then, we are going to place polished black stone stairs across the back of the cab with 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, of polished black stone in front. We will then place a slab here and here. Then we simply want to place black carpet on top of this glass. And lastly, an orange concrete here in between these slabs. We have a similar predicament as we did with the opposing taxi. If you want to, you could add a slab here and then write taxi. And it might not look... it just looks so silly. Yeah, there's just not really a solution for being able to write the word taxi, unfortunately. We're kind of stuck with this. Literally the only thing I don't like about this taxi, because it even functions as a taxi. We can get inside of it in the passenger seat, and we could... look, we can actually be a passenger in the taxi. I guess nothing's perfect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this tutorial complete. However, this video is not over. We must now add our taxi rank into our city. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think that I found a really cool place for this. I am going to put it right next to the multi-story car park. I think they'll actually work really well here, especially when we start building up this part of the city with other builds. Once it's developed a little bit more, this is going to look really cool and varied. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, please check the description below for the mini city builds playlist. We have over 100 builds in there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, the sidebar, hopefully the next upcoming video, YouTube, or just check the channel. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered. Java edition only. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.